One of the rudimentary components of all substances, whether it be a food, herb, mineral, metal, or herbal formula, is knowing the taste of a substance. The taste creates a direct action on the nerve endings of the mucous membranes of the tongue, which will then generate a biological reaction. This is why having the knowledge of the 6 tastes and having the practical ability to be able to apply this knowledge in your life can provide you with the capability to use food as medicine. The 6 tastes and all their combinations have various therapeutic applications. It is very tangible. In fact, it is inherent in you to be able to utilize this knowledge. In Ayurveda, the name for taste is Rasa. Rasa also means essence. So taste is the essence of a substance. It is one of the key components that is responsible for the actions and astonishing marvels of any given substance. Because sweet is rasa. Rasa is the essence, the essence of life, the flavor of life. This is what initiates the therapeutic effect of a herb, of a food, of any substance. Rasa is the beginning point. It's when, whatever that substance is touches our tongue, then it starts. That's when the action starts, and we need to increase our taste in life. We're so conditioned to being, stagnant and repeating the ever-repeating known, indulging in the ever-repeating known, going to work, doing this, eating this and this and this. We need to diversify, become more dynamic in our exposure to the flavors of life. This is rasa. It's not just the flavors of your food. It's all connected. How do you detect the flavors of life? Open your super subtle sensory perception, expand your senses. Taste is one of them, and all the senses are related. This is what we learn in this course in Ayurvedic nutrition, really learning what are the actions of these tastes, what are the karmas of these tastes, and what are the mahabhutas, what are their elemental makeup, what actions do they have on the body. Then we can learn to apply these and go to any food, come across any food, any herb, and just taste it. Feel its goodness, feel its taste. Does it feel heating? Does it feel cooling? What's the vipaka? Then we can apply this to any situation. This is important for herbs that are mentioned in the Ayurvedic texts. You should come across any food, any herb, and be able to apply that to a given situation. This is the essence of Ayurveda herbalism. This is what's called yukti, using what you can in the moment. And this is why the principles are so important. So we have the sweet taste, the heaviest taste, and the most nourishing. We have the salty taste, which includes other substances other than types of salts. Seaweeds, kelp. I invite you to go harvest your own seaweed. At least in Australia, most of all the seaweed that we find on the beaches is edible, and you can get it, wash it, grind it up, and it's a fantastic source of iodine and minerals, adding a little bit to your food. Then there's the sour taste, comprised of the earth and fire elements. Great to improve heart health, spark up a low digestive fire, pacify the vata dosha, and more. The pungent taste, comprised of the fire and air elements, a panacea for kapha by stimulating, invigorating, and penetrating the wet, stagnant, and congestive qualities of kapha. The bitter taste, a taste that the majority of the population are not consuming enough of. It has plenty of medicinal actions and indications, a taste with a cooling effect. Another thing that the bitter taste does is it is a blood alterative. So it alters the chemical imbalance in the blood, alters any imbalance, excess acid, any toxins in the blood, and kind of pacifies that, purifies the blood. Similarly, it helps release the toxins out of the blood, move them into the elimination channels. So then, maybe if you have some other spices like the katu rasa, the pungent, it will help sweat it out. There are plenty of wonderful bitter vegetables that can add healing and tasty diversity to our diet. One simple vegetable that is quite abundant is dandelion. It is probably growing very close to where you are watching this right now. It's literally growing on patches, in fields, in gardens, on footpaths. Learn to identify it. Go learn the foraging as we talk about in microbiome. Learn how to identify dandelion. The whole plant is edible. If you can, get deep with your hands and try dig up that root, loosen the soil around, pull up the root so you can include the root into the diet, that bitter root, which is a bit more starchy, a bit more like a bitter potato, but bitter and sweet. And of course the leaves are also bitter there. So the bitter taste, tick the rasa, this blood cleansing, whole body cleansing, wonderful, sharp taste to implement in small amounts in order to get that real, detox quality within you and create a dynamic, diet which has all the tastes, which have all different therapeutic events. This is, an important effect to have, that detoxification effect, that creating that space, that air and space element. I mean, having one of the tastes, which is the two most subtle elements, air and space, is something quite special to really implement. So again, implement it in the right way. And lastly, there is the astringent taste, comprised of the earth and air elements. On eating something astringent, your whole mouth contracts and draws the mucous membranes closer together. This produces a stopping action called stambhana in Ayurveda. This taste helps stop excessive exudation of fluids like bleeding, premature ejaculation, diarrhea, sweating, and is the perfect taste to finish the meal because it helps you to stop your appetite from overeating. Astringent taste provides you with satisfaction. It reduces your cravings and leaves you feeling energized after eating. So these are the 6 tastes, with much more to learn about the different components of any substance, a key component of Ayurvedic nutrition. Increasing your capability to be able to detect the essence of a food or a herb and then utilize that in any given situation.